second place. I lost by 4 feet.
And today?
I was 700 pounds light because I didn't really know the weight of the tractor, and that was the first time I ever pulled her. And today. Well, let's talk about today. I put her in a 16,000 pound class. I put her in turret gear. They were all 280, 290. One was 310, maybe 312.
And you were?
I put her right at 370 feet right in the sand pond. The only mistake I made, I didn't put her right in the registration booth with the girl.
Welcome, everybody, to another new Let's Grow Pulling. We've got Big Rye with a bottle of something.
Old elk.
Mr. Paul Romack, Leroy Schluter, Brent Yarin, and the voice of the National Farm Machinery Show, and Mr. Pulling Reference himself, Dan Mayer, joining us tonight. First of several guests. Welcome, gentlemen. How is everybody doing?
Excellent. Great.
Wonderful.
Good.
Didn't recognize Roos at first with his hat on the correct way.
Oh, for the love. Hang on. Is this better?
There you go. Now I recognize you.
Yeah, he doesn't have a camera in his face today, so he can put the bill forward.
That's right.
Well, Dan, thank you for joining us tonight. I know it's a busy preparation time for you, especially with what you've got coming next week. And your thoughts as you head into yet another National Farm Machinery Show, and hopefully one that brings us maybe back to normal?
We hope so. That's the plan right now. We not having a show last year, that was kind of a letdown for a lot of people. And, this year, the biggest thing is they're at 100% capacity. So they will be seating 100% capacity this year. So there was a lot of questions about that. So that one of the things that a lot of people have been asking about, and one of the things that'll be back to normal. As far as competition, it's according to the committee, this has been almost a record for entries this year. They couldn't believe how many entries they had. So it was pretty difficult to kind of figure out who was going to be in the show or who wasn't. So that's it's going to be pretty exciting.
I don't know how wired in you are. I mean, certainly the list has been out since before Christmas, but you know, are you hearing rumblings? Is part shortages going to be an issue this year?
As of right now, I know there was, as of last night, one of the super stock trucks not going to be able to make it. One of the trucks out of Pennsylvania due to part shortage. As of right now, there hasn't been any others that have canceled. There was Super Farm Tractor out of Minnesota, Fendt, I think it was. Had to cancel, same thing. But as of right now, there hasn't been any other cancellations, you know, but you just never know. You know, we're getting close, but.
And that's actually kind of fairly normal. I mean, I've been going there since the late 90s, and you know, to have one or two that don't ultimately appear, that's not unheard of at all.
Well, you know, Miles Krieger and I were talking this afternoon, you know, what a heartbreak to actually get into Louisville and then not be able to go because, you know, parts breakage, you know. So, I mean, or, you know, parts availability, you know, something you don't have the control over, you know, so that kind of, you know, it really stinks, but what are you going to do about it, you know?
No, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. It is what it is. Any storylines you're looking forward to as we head into Farm Show Week?
Well, the big story, of course, the Duel of the Fuels. That's, you know, the one everybody's looking for. And also Friday night's Pro Stock Show. I think everybody's been talking about that one as well. That is, if you look, you know, top to bottom, that class, you know, just good luck picking a winner for that one. That's the one that everybody's had a lot of excitement about. And like I say, same with the Duel of the Fuels with the 6 Alkies and the 6 Diesels. That's going to be another good show. Hopefully we can get it, you know, 3-3 again, but you know how that works.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find that. Actually, I'm gonna pull that up for everybody, the Friday night entry list. But gentlemen, turn the floor over to you while I do that.
One question I have, Dan, that I don't know if you've heard anything about it. Do we know, are Boyd's going to run the mods at the farm show?
Boyd is not going to run the mod. No,
they are not going to run the mods.
Not going to run the mod.
Okay.
No. The biggest thing was, it was, you know, they were talking about maybe replacing them with somebody else. But at that point, like the program books are already getting printed and stuff like that. So it was kind of one of those, you know, where people cancel and stuff like that. You're already in motion with everything else. So it was kind of just, you know, he'll be in the program book, but he won't be there at all.
Gotcha. Well, I know a lot of the pro stock guys have been building larger pipes. I assume the super stock guys have been doing that as well to try to alleviate some of the issues that they saw, I guess, 2 years ago.
Yeah, that, you know, Colin Ross, he'll be one, you know, he's one of the guys that's really looking forward to that, getting ready, you know, for that Duel of the Fuels there. He, you know, had problems with the smoke tube there the last time. But there it is. Charles brought it up, and, you know, we talked about it. I mean, pick me out a winner there out of that field right there, you know. That
is a murderer's row right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty stacked.
So that's something, actually, Dan, you just touched on it, and, you know, talking about smoke tube, and Paul brought it up. You know, the idea of it's been a thing for so long that the smoker classes, they get that 200 pounds to throw that stack up there. And somebody said something this week, and I never thought about it like this, and it actually made me chuckle. Why not 400 for diesel super? Because got to put 2 up there.
I know who
you
said
could
that.
start something else right there, you know.
Yeah, that well, if you start talking 7 and 8 inch pipes,
especially in a very disadvantageous place way up here,
they are not light. 200 pounds almost seems like not enough.
No.
I was I was down with one of the competitors on Friday night, and he was going to try to build an 8-inch pipe, and then he saw how big that 8-inch pipe was, and he's like, 8-inch, you don't think that big of a deal. You pull tape, and you're like, 8, that's not too bad. Then you see an 8-inch pipe come in. He's like, yeah, I think we're going to go to 7. So they take a crane to lift the damn thing up there.
It's something when you got to hoist up there, 27 feet of trash can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but those tractors are putting out so much smoke, they've got to have that extra capacity just to get rid of it.
They do.
And we're gonna test this smoke tube out and see how it goes. It should be all right. It's handled them so far.
Mm-hmm. So Dan, question for you.
I got a question for you, Dan.
And then how long have you been announcing?
At the farm show, or
how long have you been attending the farm show, and then how long have you been announcing it?
this would be my 4th year doing it, and then I was like 2 years previous to that. I was the backup guy sitting in the stands for 2 years before actually getting called out onto the floor. So that was one thing about the farm show. They've got every angle covered as far as if somebody goes down or what have you. They've got everything covered beyond belief, so it's kind of neat the way they do things. But I started announcing 2006 after I quit racing cars. And so I started announcing, then I started doing the local Empire State Pullers circuit around here, and gradually moved on up, different places, and started doing events out east and stuff like that. And ran into John Mears a couple years later and offered me, different, go to different places, Arizona, different pulls, and kind of led different places and meet the right people. And it's a lot of fun. That's in a nutshell, really.
Yeah, I was going to say, you also are synonymous for one of the other biggest pulls in the world is Bowling Green. So you've been doing that for a couple of years now as well, right?
Yeah, Bowling Green, I started, I think that was 2018 as well. That one, we were still actually doing Hamburg at the time. And I had talked to the guys of Bowling Green at Louisville that one year. And I says, well, we have the pull at Hamburg. I says, I can come out Saturday if you'd like, and we were done Friday night from the Hamburg pull. So I went out there and did that, and Saturday. And then, the next year, the Hamburg pull went away, and unfortunately. And so then started doing Bowling Green full time, the third week in August then. And it's been a lot of fun, a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun.
Leroy, you had something?
I did have a question for you, Dan. I mean, I know pretty much the answer to this, being an announcer myself, but coming up here on the NFMS show, you got 4 regular sessions of pulling with your Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday afternoon, and of course your Saturday night finals. How much preparation do you put into that, into Louisville, prior to arriving? Okay, so it's a little bit of backstory. Dan and I worked together on TV on MAV TV Plus. So there for a while, once we started doing the live streams on Lucas Oil Racing TV, Dan was announcing to the crowd, and then I was doing the live streams. And then I don't know if it was last year or not last year, but the year before, we started doing it together where our broadcast was simulcast both on what was going out to the TV audience and also the people that are watching right there at the venue. And so when Dan shows up, he's got like a binder, like a Bible. Okay. I like Dan being on the broadcast with me because he makes me sound really smart, because the frickin' dude knows everything, every puller, every class, every detail, like from the beginning of time. So that's what I like that you bring to the broadcast, Dan. But for everybody else that's not familiar with that, how much preparation time do you put in, for Louisville? You got your regular job. I think you work at Napa and Lancaster, New York during the day, but go ahead.
Yeah, I've actually been, I want to say for Louisville, it's probably about 6 weeks or so of just kind of working, you kind of put everything together and then you just kind of keep adding to it. And then, okay, well, what are we going to touch on, or, what's a good storyline? And, that's where it really, just research is the biggest thing. You just want to make sure, you're, because there's a lot of pullers you don't get to see certain areas, and it just, those are the ones you want to brush up on, you kind of, and that's what's good about the farm show with Dave Bennett, because Dave works with a lot of the outlaw guys, which you don't get to see throughout the year. So that makes it, but I still like to, do a lot of research on the outlaw guys, and, because a lot of them go way back in, certain areas, and that's what I like to, to touch on.
And it's the other thing about the farm show is the competitor list, the entry list is released months in advance, sometime into November, 1st of December. And you for several months before the show who's going to be there, so you can do your research on them based off that.
Oh yeah, that makes it a lot easier. It's not like like a Bowling Green is real hard, because you just certain ones that'll be there, but beyond that, that's why it's nice to be there a day or so ahead of time and get familiar, different competitors. Like, it seems like a pull like that, some different areas, like a bunch of guys from North Carolina will show up or something like that, where you're not really familiar with them. And with the farm show, you have that extra time to get ready for them and do your homework. That's the biggest thing. Charles knows all about that. You do your homework, and and that's that's what the people want to hear. So you just got to be ready.
You and I've had the pleasure of doing it together a few times, so definitely I get that. Go ahead, Leroy.
I'll say another question for you, Dan. This is obviously you saw what happened with the Smith tractor, the Ford tractor in Shipshewana, Indiana. And at Louisville, you announced from the track, you're not up in a crow's nest or announcer's booth or anything like that. Has your attitude or position changed or anything like that from a safety standpoint? Because accidents happen. Of course, we saw what happened with the long modified, a few years back with the driveline issues with some of the parts blew in the upper deck there at Freedom Hall. But has your mind changed at all as far as safety standpoint as an announcer being right down there on the track, 15, 20, 30 feet from the action?
Well, one thing about me, if you'll ever notice, when there's tractors nearby, I'm kind of back quite a ways. I've always been that way. And it's just, anything can happen. So it's, I'm always one that, give myself a lot of room to go back. And, I've seen a lot of things happen over the years, so it's, and like you say, it's a motorsport, so, but I'm not the kind of person that would like to just stay up on top of the track. When they're running, I like to get back and, give yourself, safety space. That's the biggest thing.
So I'm the moron in the three of us as announcers then.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of things, so it's like, especially, modifieds, that close and super stocks and stuff. I like to, take a few steps back and, just stay behind something, or you never know, and that's you always got to be alert and what's going on. But yeah, I'm not one to hang right on top of the track.
Is that why you were standing behind me at Ellsworth a couple of years ago?
That would be, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We were up in the booth there at that one, but yeah, you guys down there, boy, that was another one. That was pretty close.
Yeah.
But
Lisa Joseph has a good question for you, Dan. Is there something that on information sheets and sign-ins and that, something that you wish people would highlight or tell you about?
I like a lot of the backstories, what people do. Because most of the polling stuff is out there, and like I've researched it and, looked into that, but I like a lot of the, a lot of the stories, like what people do for a living, and you don't realize, okay, this is a really interesting story, what somebody makes or what have you. and I think that would a lot of people, like the farmers, they'll just put, what do you do? What's your occupation? Well, I'm a farmer. Well, that doesn't, there's a lot of farmers, but I mean, tell us about it, tell us a little bit more. And I think people like to, not get really involved in it, but just kind of give us an overview of what they do. And I think people like, and then they can associate with that, because they're not, I mean, to all of us, we think, they're rock stars. I mean, but they've got jobs during the week and they come out and pull, and, that's what we see when they're out there.
We've all been to National Farm Machinery Show, so we got a kind of a good lay of the land. But for that first time fan, because broadband is open and you can interact with the pullers and that, what is your insider's perspective? What would you tell people? Look, if you want to really get the close up and get the inside story, what's your plan of attack for that new fan to get introduced to this sport when they're there?
Go as early as you can.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Yeah, get there when broadband opens and just start checking things out. That's that's really what it is. I mean, take it all in. It's because it goes so fast. Once Wednesday gets there and they start bringing vehicles in, bringing vehicles out, and it's just everything happens so fast. Just take it all in and talk to your favorites and get to know them. They're all great. They're all, every one of them out there is, they'll talk to you. And, I know they said this year the ticket sales were very good for all shows. So tickets have been selling pretty good. And I'm trying to think, there was one other thing I wanted to touch on as far as. But that would be
the people that are watching that will be attending. I talked to Mike Witt, I don't know, a few days ago. He said there will be no mask restrictions. You won't have to wear a mask. You won't have to show a vaccine card. You won't have to have a negative PCR test or anything like that. It's just going to be normal, just a normal show. So I know a lot of people have been asking that question.
Cheers.
Yeah, I know they were gonna open up the gates to like a half hour earlier. They normally open them at 6, and I guess they're gonna have them open at 5:30. So if you want to get in, get your seat, check things out, and that's another thing too. When you get into the arena, go take a walk around, check it out, and just see how everything flows. That is the amazing part about that show is. The amount of people and what's going on, like bringing tractors in, bringing tractors out. I mean, you guys know it's a 3-ring circus, but it's well orchestrated, and it's just it's really neat how they do it. They've done it so long, they've got it down to a science, but it's just amazing how everything flows like it does.
Hey, before we cut you loose, Dan, real quick, pullingreference.com. Tell us about how long you've been doing it, what made you start to do that, and I know you spend a lot of time. That's a constant update, yearly update.
Yeah, well, it's kind of in progress right now. It's we're looking to we're redoing it, so you're not going to see a lot of updates at the moment because look for a new and improved Pulling Reference coming soon. But I started that about 10 years ago. And back when I was in college, I had a really severe hand injury. And so I wasn't able to, I was going to be a diesel mechanic and fortunately couldn't because of my hand injury. That didn't happen. So I had a lot of time, healing and stuff. And I'm like, I saw there was the drag list that Charles probably familiar with that one.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yep. And, I kind of looking at that and I'm like looking through all the old drag cars and stuff. And I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. I wonder if I could do something like that with pulling. So I just started putting stuff together and, this and that. And before you know it, I had, a bunch of lists and started putting champions together and just, because there's nothing like that for pulling. I mean, if you start looking back and, who did what, there is nothing, so you got to go back through the old magazines and stuff. And so I just kind of put it all in, one big database, and it's, excuse me. Yeah. Like I say, it's, yearly updates and stuff, but here lately, it's trying to redo the whole thing. Where it's going to be really different here when it's done. It's going to be more interactive, and you'll be able to do a lot more with it. So that's where we're kind of looking to go with it. But it's a lot of work, but it's fun.
And it's our goal. It's our goal from this team here, and the all the guys here are part of the Pullers Championship team. That the Pullers Championship event finds a spot in the pullingreference.com.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Well, yearly winners. I'm sure, if it, we'll see how hopefully things go good. I mean, it sounds like everything's going well with that.
Dan, you mentioned
we got go ahead, Brent.
Sorry.
Well, I was going to say, so we know, everyone here on our crew knows who's going to be pulling in Nashville May 13th and 14th. But the big reveal.
No, don't text me. Don't call me. No, I don't.
No, we don't. None of us know. Leroy's the only one, and he's lying.
Next Monday night on this show, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, we are going to reveal the list on who is going to be pulling in the inaugural Pullers Championship at the Track and Holes Hours on May 13th.
That guy at the bottom of the screen is sitting up a lot straighter in his chair all of a sudden.
So it's we're all pumped about it. It's going to be a big deal.
Dan, you mentioned your racing past and getting to do some of that. Paul, I know, gets to go pulling on rare occasion. There's someone stupid enough to let me go put a helmet on and go strap in and confirm a little bit about what I know about it. Do you get the opportunity to get in the seat of anything and try to see what it's actually like?
I never have yet. A couple of years ago, I was going to run the Thumper 2 tractor, the Twin Allison, the Tom Durfee. And I forget, something happened. We rained out or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, and never got the opportunity to. So it was still on the bucket list. One of these days to get onto something. But as of right now, no.
If not that, I'll put in a good word with Mark Zemsick and get you in the animal. But to drive an Allison, that would be worth everything.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that would be very cool. But yeah, I forget what the details were, but yeah, something happened where, it just rained out, or I forget what it was. But it's, it'd be cool. I'd like to give it a shot one day and see how it goes.
So who's responsible for this? Who do I have to hunt down?
The list is not on Reddit.
Yeah,
Brad,
no, it's not.
Stop lying to us.
That's not correct.
There may be a list, but it's not the list.
Yeah,
It's not the list.
All right, Dan. Well, then I'm going to ask it, since Charles kind of approached the subject. If you could steal the keys, so to speak, to any pulling vehicle, past or present, what would you take and where would you pull it?
That'd be an easy one. That'd be the 5 Aries Irish Challenger, and that would be at Syracuse, New York. Yep. Dave Walsh has been an all-time favorite for, oh boy, back to the 80s, and that 5-engine Aries tractor was just an animal. I don't know if you guys saw. I got up on top here.
Yeah, I did.
The old Irish Challenger. See the old 3-engine one up there, and now I screwed this up, but yeah, that was always been a fan of the Walsh brothers, so that was
I'd like to talk to them about that tractor because of the way the engines were offset to the left in the design.
Yep.
And I'm sure it was part of the cogs in the cross box, but there's more to that story.
Oh yeah, that was
torque offset and everything else.
Yeah, they had the reverse rotation. They were one of the first to do that with that tractor, and just a lot of ingenious stuff they had, but that was a tough tractor to beat.
Yep.
And when you say at Syracuse, New York, are you referring to inside the Carrier Dome?
No, I'm talking at the fairgrounds. Fairgrounds
Okay.
For a lot of years had a really big pull there. Actually, the local organizations here in New York, I want to say it was back in, would have been like the late 2000s, 2010. There was like 3 years they had pulls at Syracuse, and that was a lot of fun between the two organizations. We had a lot of vehicles and stuff, but back when they used to have the big Grand Nationals at Syracuse, and it just seemed like it for a few years, not a lot of years, but a few years, it was the last pull of the year. And like that was the pull that Bruce Hutcherson won his 3 championships, and so that was a big pull back when.
Now,
Adam Wilson, I'm going to have to ask you to make that
dome,
payable
right?
to each one of us.
They did used to pull inside the carrier dome, correct?
The carrier dome, no, they used to do monster trucks. They still do monster trucks, but yeah,
'cause I
no,
thought
they haven't had a pull in the carrier dome. Just monster trucks has
Okay,
been.
because I had thought that talking to Dave Hager once upon a time, he was telling me every place that he'd had his sled indoors. He was talking about the Kingdom in Seattle, and of course the Houston Astrodome, and I had thought that he had mentioned the carrier dome, but sometimes Dave maybe stretches the truth just a little bit.
Well, he's been so many places. He probably, probably forgot where he's been, but yeah, he's been just about everywhere. And, back then, I mean, that was, unfortunately, you don't see pulling going back, and as big as it was back then when pulling in those big venues. But, that's part of history that you see here and there. And, I try to do that with the YouTube channel too, just try to, I've got thousands and thousands of videos and stuff, and just, try to, show how it was, and, just keep building it up,
But are you going to stitch
And
those
we have
segments
appreciated
together?
that the last week, what you've been posting there on Pull Off. Well, the teasers getting us into Louisville.
Yeah, we Mike had asked me last year, when there was no pull going on, he said, asked if I could post some videos and, kind of keep everybody still interested in. And, this year decided to do it again. We got down to a certain point and kind of get everybody, I mean, you forget how many, you start watching them and it's like, oh yeah, you remember that, but it was like, certain people are asking, oh, well, this certain year, well, this happened. And it's so hard to go back and, okay, well, you pull out this one, you know how it is, Charles. Somebody wants, a certain, class or whatever, and it's so many, just mushed into one, it's nice to go through them and kind of.
And a lot of times you get that obscure ask for something and you just go, I showed you what I have. I don't have that. It just, you're reliant on the generosity of so many people to open up their archives and share it with us. So, well, Dan, you're welcome to stay with us if you want to. That's fine. I want to welcome in Lance and April Micek down there on the bottom. And thank you guys for taking time out of your night to join us too. You guys have a busy week coming as well for yourselves with that beautiful machine right behind you.
Yeah, I've never even been to Louisville to watch, so this is a big deal for us.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Yeah, only on YouTube and stuff like that. We've never made the trip. I think the only indoor polls that we've been to watch would be like the Winter Nationals at Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I think that's it. So we've never had the opportunity to go to Louisville and then or to even watch. Just never went. And then we built this tractor, and I asked Rich Lustig. I said, "How do you get into Louisville?" He goes, "Well, you got to fill out an application." And so that's what we did. And lo and behold, we got accepted. And I got to believe it's because it's a one-off tractor. So that's probably why.
It is that. And, for as many people, don't realize like that dirt leaves that building every year. But even after 40 years, my only piece of advice for you is, and I'm probably the only person who's going to be honest with you about this, right side chalk line or about 6 feet off and let it left fade. Otherwise, you're lost.
Yeah. When Dan was talking about all these videos that's been put up, and I think I've watched every video from 1989 all the way up through from mods and supers. and just watching how everybody gets sucked off to the left side. And yeah, I'm a little, I just told Rich Lustig last night, we were talking, and I said, I'm excited and scared all at the same time. And I said, the cool part is they both feel about the same. So it'll be an experience, but I'm hoping with some guidance there, we'll do okay.
I think you'll be good. So what's the history then behind you can take us through the whole story. You're getting involved in pulling up through what you got going there.
Yep. So it started out, as a kid, grew up on a dairy farm, and Lewis County Fair is our hometown pull here in New York. And, it was a big deal when we went to the fair. As a family, it was like a family trip. And at the end of the night after the pulls, if you walk through the pits and you got to, brush your sleeve on a big back tire, man, it was really something. So when I got a little bit older, I was in my teens. I was probably 15 years old. I hooked my dad's 40-20 in the out of the field class, and I only did it once. And I realized that I went 176 feet in second gear with a 40-20, and it stalled the tractor at 176 feet. And I said that day, I'm never going back to the fair unless we have something that makes some power. And so we ended up when I met my wife, and I introduced her. She grew up and was into sports and stuff, and I was a farm boy. I told her, I said, you need to go to a tractor pull. And she's like, whatever. So we went to our first tractor pull, and she absolutely loved it. And shortly thereafter, we toyed with the idea of building a hot farm 1066, and so we put a truck motor in it, and it was probably 400 or 500 horsepower, road gear puller on some of these brush pulls, and we did that for a couple years, and after a couple years went by, we put it for sale. The only reason we got rid of it is it's just so unpredictable. You go from one pull, turbos and water injection is okay. You get to the next pull, and then they want to throw you out because you run better than actual farm tractors. So shortly thereafter, we got rid of that, and we bought Mark Hayes's Supernatural, which was the old Leroy Mason down and dirty tractor. We bought just the chassis, and I had no idea when we got it home what to do with it. Not a clue. I got it home, and I'm like, I don't even know where to start with this. So at that time, that's when ATPA was hot on ESPN2, and that Silver Bullet tractor always was popping up. So I got on the internet one day, and I found Bullet Motorsports' phone number, and not thinking, they're gone, most of the summer pulling. And I kept trying from my job when I was working at the bus garage. I kept trying to call, and then one day in the fall, somebody answered the phone, and I was stuttering like a little kid, didn't know what to say. And I asked Rich Lustig if he would be willing to help me, and that's where our relationship started in 2005. And he helped us out. I didn't realize what I was getting into money-wise, had no clue. He's ready to go gung-ho and he wants to build an aluminum head alcohol burner. And he started throwing prices at me, and I'm like, whoa, slow down. So we ended up doing an iron head tractor, and that's what we started out with. And we came out with that in 2009 as an iron head 2-charger tractor with that ag chassis setup. And that chassis had a 656 high clear rear end with like 1450 combine axles, and that tractor originally was Korth. The Korth brothers actually owned it. And when we put the 504 in it, because it had a 360, and I think it was 400 cubes when Leroy had it, and when Mark had it, and when we put the 504 in it, everything was going good. And we were tearing up brake shafts and bull gears here and there. But when we put Firestone Puller 2000s on it in 2012, everything went in the toilet. we busted everything in that rear end that you could actually bust, everything from housings to whatever. So in 13, we revamped that tractor, did a component chassis, and then we ran that unit right up until 2019, and we talked about it for years about building an unlimited tractor. And this is not an unlimited tractor. It's a state level 504, but we decided we wanted to redo the program. We're not getting any younger, and we're still full of vinegar, so let's build a tractor. And it worked out really good. At the end of 19, we had the plan in motion, and we were bummed that we were going to miss all of 20 building the tractor. And then here comes the wonderful COVID, and we never missed a hook. So built the new tractor, and that's what it was last year.
You know, what became of the down and dirty chassis? I mean, it seemed like that thing had a reputation, you know, when it came to how to drive it. And Dan will remember this. It was real easy when Mason had it and Brian Korth before him, just put it on the wheelie bars and go for a ride.
Yep. And that's the same way it was when Mark Hayes had it. It was a wheelie bar machine all the time. I mean, the wheels didn't go a half a revolution. It was standing, you know, tall and proud in the front end and did its business. The rear end actually went to I guess like an enhanced tractor. It's got a 466 in it. And we actually, like the spindles and stuff on this are actually off of that down and dirty tractor. Actually the front nose of it is still that tractor.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
The sheet metal went to a fella in Ohio. Still have the motor here out of it that we had, and the wheels went to a mod guy in Connecticut. So yeah, it just kind of got pieced out. But the nose of it is actually, if you were to look down in by the fuel cells, still all the same box and stuff up in the front. That is the front of the down and dirty tractor on this.
Nice.
Like it.
So has Rich given you any pointers on Louisville yet?
Well, we just had short talks. He said, get down into first gear and load the front end with weight, and good luck.
Sounds easy enough.
So I'm a little nervous, but I'm sure there'll be more discussion. I'm sure when the day comes, but yeah, it'll be okay. Like I said, a little nervous, but we'll get over that, and I just hope and pray that it makes a good strong pass. And you know, like I said, it's a 504 state level tractor, but I'm sure it can make a good solid pass.
Nice sound.
Wow, whose commentary is that?
So we have a question here. Ed Evercamp, he was asking the same thing I want to know is, what made you go with a Fendt?
Well, I've been looking at, okay, so let me back up. When we did our tractor the first time when we bought that from Mark Hayes, you know, 66 series, you know, was plentiful. Everybody had them. Super common tractor, and then they're still out there, but they're kind of fizzling off, and then everything's going to the MX. And here in New York, you know, it's a Ford, a John Deere. It's really the same thing. And so I started looking and watching stuff like over in Europe, and there's a tractor called the Hurricane over there that is a 936 Fendt. That was really appealing to me, but then I started watching some other tractors, and it was going to be a toss-up between a Valtra and a Fendt. Again, just wanted something different, and I just wanted something that's one of one. And so I was going to copy the 936. Actually, I was going to copy that tractor right to a T, and I talked with MM Weaver in Pennsylvania. And he said they would have to put that hood back into production to get you the hood. But he said at this time, this was early 19. He said, if you can wait, the new 900 series is coming out. And I'm like, well, what is it going to look like? He said, it'll look just like the 1050, but it's just shrunken down a little bit. So I said, can you get me measurements off of a 1050? Because I was like, well, maybe we'll just go with a 1050. Well, those hoods are massive. I mean,
Yeah, they are.
it's like 42 inches wide and 100 inches long. And I'm like, my goodness, I'll have fender skirts on this thing. It'll be so big. So when the 942, they actually got one in, was middle of the summer. He got it in, and then he took some measurements for me. So at the end of 19, we could start the process. But I suspected it would be really close to what we were looking for. And sure enough, the 900 was right there. So that's how it all transpired.
It's that big cue ball on the screen.
Yeah. Jason knows how to flip these around. I don't know. I don't know what the hell it.
It's a bigger cue ball.
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna throw this video up here, and you can talk us through just what's going on here.
This was a little bit of a struggle. I was a little confused when we went to this 4-charger setup. My old setup was, you could come out of the hole about 3,500 to 4,000 RPMs and kind of step out really nice. That video that you just saw there, the tractor was only making 50 pounds of boost. Yeah, it was nothing, but I called Rich and I said, this thing is not going to spin all these turbos. And he said, well, what are you doing? And I said, well, I'm bringing it up to 3,500 to 4,000 and trying to leave the line with it. And he goes, yeah. He goes, how much boost is it making at that? I said, 2 pounds. He goes, yeah. He goes, you need to step on the clutch and take it to 5,000. He goes, with no load on it. And he goes, and then when you get to 5,000, start letting the clutch up carefully and start loading it. And you're going to probably come out around 6,000. And Jordan had sent April a message and said, tell him he needs to leave the line like a diesel. And so we attempted it again. And that's actually the second time we tried it hooked to our sled. And we got it to spin the tires, and then the next night was that. And I didn't have the wastegate set correctly, and that's why it ran so poorly at Alexander, the very first pull that we went to with it. It ran terrible, and it was just because I was setting my boost with a leak down tester, which was not right. Mm-hmm. And I learned the hard way, but yeah, wow, what a difference when that thing starts getting up around 100 pounds of boost. It starts getting a little serious.
So when you did that and it lit up finally the way that you expected, just how big did those power line poles start to become in your vision?
Well, we never did 100 pounds of boost hooked to our sled. After we figured out the problem, the very first place I ran it was actually at our hometown pole. And there were several things wrong that I had done wrong. But when that thing came on, when I left the line with it, I was like, oh my goodness. and it's pretty explosive when it comes on.
Ellen wants to know, does April still have the V8 powered Cub Cadet?
Yeah, it's out back in the trailer. We still got it. Yeah, that's got a 500 or 600 horse small block Chevy on a lawnmower.
I'm sorry.
No pressure, Travis. No pressure.
What'd you say?
It's a 1450 Cub Cadet hydrostatic with a 320. Let me try to get this right. Our engine builder passed away a few years ago, and now it's kind of a sentimental thing. But at any rate, I believe it is a 350 block board, 40 over, with a 327 crank with 6-inch Mopar rods and Keith Black pistons. And it
my brain hurts.
And it's actually a high revving little bugger. It turns like 8,500 to 9,000, and it does really, really well for a stock lawnmower.
All I hear flashing in my head right now is 3 letters: SFI.
Yeah, it's got danger. I won't drive it. I won't drive it. She drives it because she doesn't know any better.
Well, is there any chance that April climbs in the seat of that tractor sitting behind you?
We've just talked about that the other day, and I've told her. I said, if we do it out here, I said, one of two things will happen. You're either going to absolutely love it or you're going to hate it. You're going to be petrified of it. And I've shared with her over the years that when you're bringing it up, you can't, kind of clam up and close your eyes and just say, I want this to be over. You gotta drive it. And so I would love for her to try it sometime and just see what she thinks of it. And like I said, she's either going to love it or hate it. And if she loves it, we're going to have to spend a lot more money to get a second tractor.
I'm not going to give up that seat time easy, huh?
I really enjoy driving it, but like I said, I think she would really, if she can drive that little lawnmower with no worries of wrapping your legs around a bomb in front of you, I think she'd do just fine in one of these tractors.
Now, Lance, saw that tractor, make its maiden run there in Alexander. How did the rest of the season go for you? I didn't get to see it, after that event, but seemed like you guys were picking up on it.
Yeah, oh yeah. It was the first probably 5 passes that we made with it. As I said, that I made some mistakes there with the hitch and stuff like that. And I really struggled getting myself to drive it. I was so used to, the old tractor. And I just felt like I was a blind guy being pushed off of a cliff. I didn't know if I was falling into rocks or water or, just nervous. But as we started getting a grip on things, it started really running. And it's got big potential, and it's by no means turned up. So I think it's got big potential, and it just at the end of the year, our season got a little cut a little short there. We had a little motor damage, and but I think there's big possibilities here. I hope that I can get up there and fight with some of the big name guys. All the guys that we look up to in the state that we've watched for years. Like Henry and David and Everman and John Belafonte, all those guys. I hope that we can get up and fight over the same dirt and be real competitive.
Colin Burkholtz has a question down there. I don't know if you can read it, but it says, how many buttons on the throttle actually work?
Absolutely none of them. Because you'd have to have wires running down the throttle handle, and that would look dirty and tacky. So that was actually just a conversation at MM when I was talking to Jandon. I was like, can you get me one of those joysticks out of a Fendt? And he goes, oh yeah, the ball sockets wear out on them all the time. So he goes, I'm sure I can get you one. And that was the only time we talked about it, and I never followed up with him. And then one day, one showed up in a UPS box here, or UPS brought a box, and it was one of those, and we made this billet handle on and just mounted it on there, and it just looks kind of cool.
My suggestion is you leave a random wire hanging off of that for Farm Show Week, and somewhere down below, just have a little tag on it. Could even be tape, and write on with a Sharpie the word nitrous.
Yeah, that would go good with my nitrous bottle under the dash.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a good one for the tech guys.
Yeah.
We used to have a nitrous bottle on the other tractor, and it was our water injection. And we went to a pull in Castleman, Ontario, and of course the guy, I could barely understand him. And when he walked over to me, I said, "How you doing?" He said, "Good." He goes, "You can start by taking that all off." And I'm like, "Take that off." And he goes, "This bottle," and he's just pointing at it, and I'm like, why would you want my water injection taken off? And he's looking, and we've had a couple of tech officials question it, and it's like, they ask you, is that nitrous? And it's like, you're the official, you tell me if it's nitrous.
Nice.
You should know what you're looking at, right?
My buddy Andrew and I, we always throw, and he was still alive. It was always a threat that we had with the pulling tractor that we were going to come out with one that had a CO2 bottle and we'd have a little vent right in the dash and just hit that thing and have a little,
Just
nitrous
a purge
purge.
valve, right?
And everybody would be like, really? And yeah.
That would be cool.
We had that on our lawnmower with the V8.
Nice.
That's awesome.
We've got a question here from Robbie Leismeister. What engine are you running in that Fendt? You probably already touched on it, but probably might have missed it.
It's an IH motor in it.
Okay.
It is. I guess the man motor is kind of like the IH motor here. It's is in tractors and trucks over there, but I wouldn't know. I don't have any connections over there. It would be neat to actually have it with a Fendt motor. That would be really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But the international deal was a good plan, and I got hitched up with Rich Lustig, and Robbie Crutchfield has done some work there also. So it's really I think it's a good piece, and I think it's got some real potential down the road for sure. Yes, yeah, I'm seeing the question there. That I'll tell you how that all started. April does a polling video each year when we get done, and she kind of slacked off there a little bit for a few years in making the videos. Not because of her fault, but just time. And so she did our 2013 video, and she put the song in there, High Hopes, and I had never heard the song before. It's a pretty neat song, cool lyrics. And she told me when we built this tractor, she said, whatever you do, don't change the name of the tractor. And I was going to change the name I wanted to change the name from Edge of a Dream to Not Dreaming Now. And she said, no, can't do it. And then I had mentioned this High Hopes, and she wasn't really on board right at first. And then she's like, I guess, and I was trying to come up with an image, and I searched and could not come up with anything. And I come up with some pictures of like somebody looking up at a mountainside. It's kind of cool. There was a picture of the space shuttle taking off. It was kind of cool, but it just wasn't like what we were looking for. And one night I put in my tablet, Dreaming Big, and it was a little girl on a rocking horse, and the image behind her was a big racehorse. And I told April, I go, here it is. She goes, you're going to put a rocking horse on the side of the tractor? No. I said, a kid on a pedal tractor, and the image behind it will be this tractor. So it worked out really good. Friends of ours that pull with the Oliver crew there here in New York, it's actually their son on his little pedal tractor, and the image behind him is actually this tractor sitting in the shop. So that's awesome. That's how it all came about. And I can't tell you how many people have walked up to this tractor and said, that right there is so true. What's on the side of this tractor? It's all of us were there one day.
Oh yeah. I would say that, tractors, these things have got technology, and there's moving parts, and there's a lot of thinking that has to go on. My contention is that naming a tractor and what it's going to look like are the two hardest parts about building a tractor.
Yes, it is. It was difficult, and I didn't know when Fendt has a White Beauty and a Black Beauty edition, and I didn't know that until I looked it up, and I saw it white, and I was like, wow, that thing looks like, man, it just looks so nice white. And you don't see a lot of, there's white tractors, but I said this just would be awesome. And we ended up having a lady just Photoshop it for us so we could just see what it looked like white with black on the top of the hood. And all of a sudden, one thing led to another, and I came up with the image on the side, and then she started putting it together, and that's how it all came about.
Well, it turned out very, very nice.
Thank you.
Lance, are you familiar with
I was going to say, you guys, you should probably, get ready, because a lot of people haven't seen that tractor, and going to be a lot of questions when people start walking around Broadbent. That's going to be that's going to be the tractor, I think, that's going to light up, social media. I think that's if people start looking at it.
When we left Alexander that first night, I was test puller in that class, and it was crazy. I got towed off the track, and it didn't run good at all. And there was like a herd of people coming over behind me. And I told the one group there, I said, man, I go, you guys should watch the rest of the pull. There's some good tractors coming up here. They're like, no, we want to see this one. And so it was really cool. And on the way home that night, April goes, I am getting so many friend requests from Germany and the Netherlands. And oh my goodness, it just blew up and went nutso. And it doesn't seem possible. You know, we're out in the middle of a cornfield here in a little town, and we just got internet last year. And
it's good internet, by the way. You guys have been sharp the whole thing, so it worked out good.
We just got Spectrum. We used to have to use the jetpack. You'd be further off sending a pigeon. But no, I just didn't expect this to be this big of a deal at all. But I've just said I wanted something different, and I think we achieved that goal for sure.
Oh,
Leroy, you had something for him?
I had a question for Lance. Lance, are you familiar with the Justison family from Illinois, pro stock pullers? They got the Minneapolis Moline wheat fed, and then they had the John Deere 6030 corn fed, which is now part of the Medding stable.
I've heard of it. I don't know them.
And Paul Romack knows where I'm going with this. If I was a betting man, I would have said the first Fendt pulling tractor that I would have seen would have came from the Justison family, because surely and slowly they have replaced all of their farm equipment, John Deere equipment on the farm, with strictly Fendt. I mean, they're 100% Fendt now. They've got Fendt combines, Fendt tractors, planters, everything. And I surely would have thought the first Fendt pulling tractor I would have saw would have been from the Justison family. But you've done it right. At High Hopes, that's a beautiful tractor.
Yes, it is.
Well, I hope that it can live up to its expectations. I pray that it makes a good run, and it's we're just learning about the motor, and I pray that we get it so it's reliable like our old setup was, and it makes pass after pass, and we can just go out and enjoy ourselves. I don't have to be a winner every night. I just want to have a lot of fun.
Well, your standard question, and then Brent after Ryan.
All right. So I know you built your dream tractor, but I'm going to ask you to tell me, if you could pull anything else, go steal the keys, what would you pull and where would you pull it?
Well, I've been practicing for this. So actually, I think if I was to drive a tractor from the States here, it would probably have been the one that the Green Monster there that our Fonz did. I think it would be cool to set up in the middle of that, and as you're coming down the track and it's lifting you up in the air, that would be pretty cool. And I was watching a pull out of Europe, and I was thinking it would either be, I don't know why, I guess a normal mod scares me. They scare me, like when they start them in the pits, it's just too much going on there. So I think it would be a turbine, and it would probably, if it was over in Europe, it would be that Whispering Giant with the 4 turbines on it. That is one smooth, sweet looking ride.
That it is.
You can find out. Dave Snyder will still sell you the Legend. So I mean, it's still in a trailer here at 2 hours from here.
Yep.
Well, might have to test drive it once first.
There's that second tractor when April climbs in the seat of that one.
Yeah. She might want to run the mod. It'd probably be easier for her to just hammer the throttle and take off rather than hold the clutch down on a super.
True.
Wow.
Yeah, you had mentioned about kind of competing against some of the big names in this sport and whatnot, and obviously you get to do that at Louisville this year. But also want to congratulate you guys. You did make the Polish Championship. You made it through round 2, so you guys are getting an invitation to the first ever Pullers Championship. So
I wondered if we were going to have some spoilers on here tonight.
Well, I was gonna ask. Yeah, I was gonna ask before we were done.
We will
Yeah,
see.
you guys
Shoot
are
us
in.
a text or something.
We will see you guys in Nashville, Illinois, May the 13th and 14th.
Well, I will.
We all knew that, but Ryan Rusink.
Got it.
I will be praying that event goes off without a hitch, and it'll be awesome, and we will do our best to support it for sure.
Awesome.
Yep. So we will we'll be rolling out the registration next week, Monday. So just be on the lookout for that and get all your information and put in your $500 and you'll be registered and you'll have your shot at hopefully a giant payout. So
That's awesome. That's the cheapest thing we've ever bought.
but yeah, it's gonna be a heavy hitter. There is some big names that are going to be competing in that class. So it'll be fun to see you guys compete against them. And it's bringing up tractors from all over the country and it's going to be cool. And one diesel tractor to compete against. So
yeah.
You guys have done an awesome job putting this together. Really, it's exciting. We're excited.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we appreciate your support. We've all noticed that you guys have been on board since day one, and I think I remember seeing the first time you mentioned it out loud that that'd be an awfully cool place to pull. I think we need to come and pull there, and so we were really happy to see that you guys did it. And even more so that you guys stepped up and turned on the promotion engine with that brand new fresh internet that you had. And see, the good Lord brought you the internet because he knew you would need it.
There you go.
Right on. No, it'll be good. I'm excited to do some traveling this year.
Well, you kind of put the spotlight on your dog there in one of your posts.
Yeah, he's here. He just he's napping right now, and he that little boy. He's all about.
There he is.
There he is.
He's all about pulling. If he, I tell you, if he hears the semi door close throughout the day, if you're getting something out of the semi or something, he jumps up from his blanket and he's like, "What's going on? Where are we going?"
Mm-hmm.
Like it.
Yep.
Well, Lance, April, and Dan, thank you guys for joining us. I'm going to run another clip here of High Hopes making a lap down the track. You're free to stay if you want to, but if you want to dip out and get on with your evening as well, certainly understand that. And thank you guys for taking time out of your night tonight to join us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yes,
Yep.
we appreciate you.
No problem.
See
All
you
right.
guys all down in Louisville.
Yes.
Here's what you
See you
can look
next week,
forward
guys.
to with this thing going for a rip. That is proper. Like it.
That was a nice pass.
Yeah. Holy
Sweet.
crap, that's going to be fun to watch.
Yes,
sure,
it is.
buddy. It's updated now on the website. You should put that in your poll registration next time.
Oh, there you go.
I
All
just
right.
texted Grant and told him that. Said you need to tell Aaron to change the name of your tractor. The old tractor was Shigon. The 95 Limited Pro Shigon 4.1.
Well, he put she gone in his registration.
Damn it, Brent.
Fail. It's
Yeah.
not like he's on the inside with, all the messages that go on for this event or anything, Brent.
Well, he
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
have internet, and I can vouch for that. Where he lives it's literally like in the middle of nowhere, and it's really not in the middle of nowhere, but strangely is. I guess I don't know. It's weird. All right. Well, we got our next guests down here, all the way from California. It's 7:09 out there, so we're gonna come with some more Cali guys, and got Eric and the crew here. Why don't you guys go around and tell us who we've got in here?
Merrick.
Tyler, Junior, John.
All right. And these guys, They did something kind of cool. I guess it was 2 years ago. You didn't have the poll last year, did you?
Last year.
It was last year. That's right. That's right. So these guys got together, decided they wanted to have a tractor pull or a truck and tractor pull, and they had one hell of a truck and tractor pull. Why don't you guys tell us a little bit about what you did and what you're planning on doing again?
Last year we there was with COVID, nothing going on. We got it together and got the pull going. We had 113 hooks and about 2,500 people show up in the middle of a field. And raised $60,000 to give to Valley Children's Hospital, which is a children's hospital over here in California, in Madera.
Nice work, gentlemen.
That is awesome.
And we did it in 3 weeks.
Yeah. All right, you fellas are completely insane.
We definitely didn't expect the outcome that it was. I mean, we were thankful it was, but it was very. We weren't expecting it, to say the least.
Yes. And so you guys decided to put this pull on. Basically, you just wanted to give back to the Children's Hospital. Is that what it amounted to?
Yeah, we just basically just hanging out one night talking. Junior's actually one. He just said it was an idea of his, and we kind of said, "Oh yeah, and got back and started talking more about it, and we just kind of went forward with it. And I mean, we had so many people step up and help us out, donate things. I mean, just everything, help out with it. Everybody thought it was a great deal, and I mean, it worked out to be, and we're hoping for the same this year.
Do you guys have a web page or a Facebook page for what you guys are doing?
Yeah. Paul, do you follow us or no?
Yes. Charles, go to Valley Pulls for a Cause on Facebook.
Thank you. Perfect.
I sent a message to the group.
Oh, you did? Yes. Sorry. Brain
And
fade.
same thing on Instagram. Or
Yep.
I feel like there might be more photos on the Instagram page than the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys did this last year. You're going to do it again this year. Can you tell us a little bit about what you got going on this year, when it is, and whatnot?
It is. We're going to do it March 12th.
Same place.
Same idea. Trying to just keep it basic and simple, old school. We're just out in the middle of nowhere, having a good time.
Yeah.
We're doing it for Valley Children's Hospital again. This time we're actually going out and getting sponsorships, and there's been a lot of people calling us and wanting to sponsor and donate money. So we've already gotten ahead of the game and got quite a bit of money, sponsored so far.
Like last year, we based our donation on like the oncology department, and this year we're going to do the NICU department.
Hey.
There. So that's our plan this year for that. And last year we didn't go out before the poll and do like we're doing this year. So I mean, hey, we're hoping to do more than we did last year. So it's looking good so far. So as long as the weather holds and everything like that for us, I think we'll be good. Seems like it.
What kind of classes are you guys planning on having?
Well, all of them. Last year we had anywhere from a stock vehicle, gas, diesel, anything. We had super farm tractors. We had pro stock diesel pickups. We had a multi-engine tractor. Just anybody that wants to come. We were trying to actually run 3 sleds this year and run antiques, but they were having some problems with the antique sled, so we're sticking with 2.
Gotcha.
Oh, that gorgeous Alice. Oh,
that is a beautiful tractor.
Oh my God, I want pictures of that so bad.
If you get a chance to see the engine on that thing, it is gorgeous. It's insane.
Now, you guys still have the truck?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Still have.
So tell us what you got going on there and how that all came to be.
That was another thing. Hanging out, drinking beer. They were like, we should probably buy a pull truck.
That's the event last year. This is kind of a deal.
And went out, found a truck, and started building it. And I mean, it's a work stock pickup. Nothing too crazy, but
it's fun.
We've been working on the motor right now and changing some stuff up, trying to make it better.
Now, Eric, didn't you break this truck last year at this pull?
The first 50 feet, I snapped the rear axle shaft, and still managed to. I think we were pretty good. I think we were only about 15 feet away from first place, pulling two-wheel drive all the way down the track.
Nice.
Yeah, it ran really good all year.
Now, is this truck is it completely dedicated to pulling now? Because didn't last year it share some time out in the dunes?
Yeah.
It shared a little bit of dune time, drag strip time.
Kind of all over.
Yeah, I took it down drag strip and did 11 1/4 mile. So we got a little bored. No pulls going on.
Yeah.
Trying to branch out and have some fun with it.
So you took it to Glamis and then you took it to the drag strip.
Hopefully you took the sand and washed all that off before you got to the drag strip after leaving Glamis. That's a good way to get thrown out.
We got details.
And theoretically, you hustled a few boys in some old Chevelles.
Please
say yes.
Pretty much.
All but one. If Rick Flettis was there, he was the only Chevelle that wasn't getting hustled. That LB7 Chevelle.
Yeah, everyone looks at a big heavy pickup and turns away from it, but
they run.
They go down the track pretty quick.
If you ever get the chance to come out here and meet a guy here in Iowa named Matt Schaefer, runs the Banana Max.
Max.
What is it?
Yeah, Banana Max. 3.0 truck.
Way back in the day when that truck was still a work stock truck, they used to take that to Cedar Rapids to the drag strip there, and they used to find whoever had something fairly quick. And around Cedar Rapids, there's Cedar Falls, sorry. And there's a fair amount of fairly quick cars there, and they would usually try and hustle a few boys, and more than one guy fell victim to, well, it's just an old stock, work truck. So it's got a full leather interior and, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, why don't you line up for $100? We'll see what it'll do.
Yeah.
Cheers, boys.
And we now, because of that, we're limited on what we could run for a turbo in our work stock class. But we have a little S400 turbo if we want to hit the drag strip again next time. Change it up.
Nice. So there's a couple of you that are in on this truck, correct?
Yeah, all of us
are.
All of you. So how do you split driving time? Who was it? Heads or tails, or rock, paper, scissors, or what?
Kind of go rotation, and whoever's next on the list. Sometimes someone can't show up. You just go skip that person, go to the next person.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's based off of who brought the beer cans for the Redemption Center. Who gets to drive next?
Yeah, right.
There you go.
Well, the first year we started, we went from just stock class, and then kept buying something else. Before the pulling season ended for that one, we were in work stock class.
Yeah.
We got really bored real fast and just kept on adding things.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
That's how it starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have half the pulls you guys have back there, but it's still fun.
Yeah. Now, do you guys have a local association that you kind of run with sometimes, or is it just mostly like brush pulls?
No, we have a VTPA, which they put it on, and MLM. So those two associations, they have a league that goes on. They go, points and everything. Well, gotcha. MLM has points, and LNL Productions. So three of them, they got a little league going on.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Are there a lot of pullers out there in the diesel world in California?
There's more than all you guys think.
Yeah, there's actually quite a bit.
Yes. It's I know you guys all think California surfers and everything, but in the valley, there's a lot of us around here.
Yeah, we might be an hour and a
Yeah.
half away from the ocean, but I mean, it's where we're at. It's all farming, ag.
Yeah.
That's all we're at.
Now we have a lot of respect for you guys out in Cali that pull, and you've had a few guys before you who have kind of paved the way and showed us the error in thinking that you guys are just a bunch of pot smoking, long haired surfers. So you can buy John Bohr a beer when you see him next, because John and his crew have been on the show several times, and probably one of the reasons that all of us have kind of gotten our heads together and we kind of want to plan a trip out there to come and support you guys.
And you're also going to need to get him a beer, because he's going to need a couple of beers to get that dress on for when he comes out.
Dear God, yes.
I watched last week's show. That was funny.
Yeah, likewise. We'd like to make it out there for sure. I mean, you guys definitely put on some show back there, it looks like.
Yeah. Well, let's just, I don't know if Jared can get in the show or Jeremy can get in the show. You guys can tail along with them, because the way they talked, some of them were flying, but John was going to drive everything if they made it. So you guys just ride with him. Come to Nashville.
Yeah, there we go.
I'd have a good time going back there. That'd be fun.
Yeah. It's going to be a great show.
So what do you guys all do? What pays the bills?
I do farming and manure spreading, and then
I farm almonds,
and not just on Monday nights.
Yeah. I do farm management and then farm a little bit on my own.
Hi, Gary. I'm a crop advisor, so I help out the local farmers in the area and stuff on all the crops here in California, pretty much. Mostly tree crops, dairy crops, and all in between.
We've all grown up around the ag world. I mean, that's all we've known.
John's ready for a road trip?
Yeah,
John is ready for a road trip.
Yeah, I say win, lose, or draw. You guys got to roll with him. Come on out.
I think it'd be a good time. That's for sure.
Yeah. So back to your guys' pull. It's on March the 12th, you say. What time does that start?
So we're people that are pulling, opening up at 8 o'clock to get everyone in registered. Spectators we're allowing at 11. 11 o'clock for spectators.
And then 12 planning on starting.
Yeah.
Have the national anthem for
Yeah. We actually, I mean, I don't know how in such a short amount of time, but last year it really went smooth. I mean, it was actually surprised us, to be honest with you. I mean, just because we threw it together, shouldn't say throwing it together, but kind of, and it was just, we never done it before, so we didn't know what to expect. I mean, there was just so many people that showed up. It was awesome.
We actually had a crop duster do a flyover.
Yeah, he did it
right after a national anthem.
Shot a little vegetable oil on the exhaust, check the wind.
Nice.
So it worked out good. So we're hoping for the same.
Good deal. Now, in addition to that, you guys had last year, you had some, was there some silent auction or something that you guys also did as well?
Yeah, we did raffles, silent auction. We're doing all that again.
Yeah, all our wives and family, mother-in-laws, everybody's helped out. I mean, that's actually their department. We've gotten a lot of raffle prizes and just silent auction things and just donations in general. And that brought in, I don't have the breakdown in front of us, but it brought down, it brought in just that on its own. It
was close to 20 grand, just raffle and silent auction items.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think it was close to 20 grand just in that.
So what I'm hearing is we need to get Mary Beth on the show to get the lowdown on all this.
Yes.
Get the numbers.
Yes.
There you go. Get the boss involved.
That's it. Once you get the boss involved, you're in trouble. Let them take over. He does all the ladies do all the hard work. We act like we do the hard work prepping the track, but we just have a good time doing it. So, it's really not work.
Then you just go out there and break the truck and you're like, oh, well, we're done.
Yeah.
That's that, I call it a day. Yeah. But yeah, no, we're gonna do the same thing. The auction or the silent auction, all that. Yeah, I mean it's looking to be pretty good. I think the weather's going to be decent. Looking at the long-term forecast, so we'll see.
Well, it's California. It's supposed to be sunny and 70, right? All the time.
Yeah.
It basically has been.
It's
been about.
Oh, really?
We wish it would rain. Actually, they let all the rainwater and snow water go out to the ocean anyways, though. So I don't know. It's even worth it.
Yeah. Good deal. Are you guys going to do any kind of live stream or Facebook lives during the show?
I think I'm going to have my brother-in-law do it again. He was live streaming last year. We're going to try and maybe get a few more people to do it. It was to clean it up a little bit. It was kind of, and the problem last year, the audio, it was so windy.
Yeah.
We probably had 20 mile an hour winds last year, and it was hard to get any good audio out of it.
Yeah.
But we are going to try and live stream it again and get that going.
Yeah. Well, anything that you can do as far as, Facebook lives or live streams, that will definitely help get some eyes on it.
Yeah.
Each year we hope to clean it up a little bit.
Oh yeah. Well, let's see. If you did the first year in 3 weeks, you had another 3 weeks. So yeah, 6 weeks, you're going to have 2 polls. Yeah, that's not too bad.
Exactly.
Hey,
we started.
There was quite a few people impressed with how well everything went. And I feel like it was a shit show, but that's just because there's so much going on when you're in the middle of it. But everyone felt like everything went really smooth, and we had awesome people helping us with registration and the scales. And when you get the right people doing that, I mean, they did such a great job. It made our life easy because paperwork. That's the thing that is so hard, and they were able to fly through it, get everything organized for us, and that made everything go smooth.
Yeah.
So fellas, what can we do to help support it?
This right here, you guys. I mean, just that right there. Getting the word out a little bit more, and
what more than this?
Come out here and pull.
Yeah. Can't do that. Tractor's in a bunch of pieces.
What's that? Sorry.
Can't do that. The tractor's in a bunch of pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
We have monthly meetings with the guys and the gals, and still waiting on the 501c.
501c.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean we have all our on our flyer, if anybody wants, donate anything. I mean anything, it's but I feel like our biggest thing to get the word out has been social media. I'm sure you guys know that with anything. I mean, it's really just blowing it up. I mean, that's
and this year after what people seen what happened last year, more people are wanting to get involved this time and help out and sponsor and donate more and everything. They're like involved in it. They want to be involved in it, and I feel like it's gotten bigger just from how well it went last year.
Yeah, I mean, we've had people approach us. I mean, not that everybody that donates is people we do business with, but people we don't even do business with. Said, hey, we've heard about this. We want to donate. We want to do this. We want to do that. So I mean, we feel like that's pretty big for us. I mean, it's a small town. I mean, we're not. I mean, what do we have? 6,000 people probably in our town. So I mean, we're not very big, so we're pretty excited about it.
What's the name of the town you guys live in?
Gustine, California.
How far is that from Merced?
45, 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
The way this guy drives, 30 minutes.
Yeah, we're west of them about a half an hour.
Okay, good to know. I may get with you guys about something. I got a guy out there who understands the idea of philanthropy and charitable giving better than any one man I've ever met. So
appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you.
I can't guarantee anything, but I will put a buck in his ear.
No, yeah. Appreciate that at least,
So, and who knows? Maybe we can talk Jason into having Mackenzie put a box of beer money goodies together and send that out for the raffle or for the whatever. You guys know how to get rid of it.
Oh yeah, no, we'll put that off.
Yeah, we appreciate anything. I mean, this is a lot for us. I mean, it's you guys reach out to a lot of people.
Some beer money gear, and then auction it off, raffle it off. Put it in the silent auction. Something. The girls, they'll figure out what's best, what the best area is for it. But
yeah,
definitely.
Good. We'll just make sure we send it to them so you guys don't just steal it and decide you're going to. We know how that works.
Yeah.
One for you, one for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't believe they only sent one hat.
Nice. Well, Bruce, why don't you ask these guys your question, and then we will let these guys go, I don't know, spend the rest of their evening in sunny California.
Right. So you may have heard if you were listening earlier, you heard me ask, if you could steal the keys to anything, past or present, and go pull it somewhere, what would it be and where would you pull it? And all four of you can answer as one, or if you all got different ideas, hit us with those. We'd love to hear them.
Well, I'd say anywhere back east.
What's that? Pro Stock Duramax that pulls back there.
Smoking You HD, or that's a Super Stock.
But that one's not a Duramax, though.
Yeah.
No.
Charles's old employer had one that, it still has. I guess Tony still has it, doesn't he?
Yeah, and it's got a brand new heartbeat for 2022.
There you go.
Now all billet.
Ooh.
Wow. 460 cubic inch, and it's going to be bringing some pain.
Yeah, we got to get back there just to watch all you guys. I mean, we have some cool stuff, but you guys are in a whole other league back there.
Well, like I said, if you guys can,
that thing was beautiful. That's a nice tractor.
Yeah.
If you can make it in Nashville, you'll see some of the best super stock and pro stock diesel trucks in the country.
Yeah.
Like to do it.
That's one of these days we will make it over there
for sure.
You let us know. You let us know when, and we'll make sure that we're there to either join in the shenanigans or start them.
We appreciate it. We will for sure. Definitely.
So are we all truck guys, or do we have any tractor guys in here?
We're all truck guys, but I mean, don't get me wrong. I love watching the tractors go down the track.
And we have buddies who have the tractor. I mean, they're in the super, the super farms. Tony and Craig Souza out of El Nido, Brett Chippenary, Matt Crow. I mean, he pulls back there sometimes.
Yeah, we're recruiting Brent to come back east this summer and pull a little bit too.
That's a good running tractor.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I cannot wait to see that. I've wanted to see that tractor make a pass for years. Brent and I have been friends for a long time. In fact, he's one of the reasons that we're talking today, whether you know it or not. Way back in the day, 2017-ish, I think, we were hijacked. The Beer Money page was taken, by some assholes with keyboard hacking skills. And Brent was the guy who helped get us in touch with someone who knew somebody at Facebook who helped us get this page back. Had it not been for Brent and the connection he had, we'd have had to start back from scratch.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, so buy him a beer next time you see him.
Yeah. John,
or just take the one out of John's hand and give it to him. Sorry, John.
No, he's not. He's not sorry.
No, I'm not at all.
So, you guys are mentioning how you guys want to come over here and, see some of the pulling that we have and see some of the vehicles. And, we keep inviting you to Nashville. Well, I think you get together with John because Jared made it to the Pullers Championship.
I knew he was going to do it.
I knew it. You guys figure it out and come to Nashville May 13th and 14th.
I knew that was coming.
Awesome. There we go. And Leroy, I did not know that one.
You didn't know that?
That's because you ignore the messenger.
I haven't looked at the chat.
I'm guessing.
You ignore it. You never look.
Right on.
Well, looks like we should probably order some tickets.
Yeah.
Or like I said, if nothing else, you can just, tail out there with John because he's got somebody to bring.
It's a long drive. What's that? Probably
30 hours, I believe he said.
He said 30 or 35.
That's not too bad.
No.
Yeah.
And like I
As
said,
long as you're not driving, you can just sleep in the back.
next, well, that's what they said. John's going to drive, so you don't have to worry about it. You can just chill. Go together and
I don't have a motorhome because I will sit in the back and relax the whole time while he's driving.
There is nothing wrong with that.
You're not going to be sleeping in that trailer. You're going to be changing spark plugs and making sure everything's gapped and running the valve lash and.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. On the road.
So, yeah, this means that the whole John and the dress thing is on the table.
Yeah. On the table.
Thanks, John.
I'm not happy about saying that, really.
No.
On the table's better than on the pole, I guess. I don't know.
That's
I
true.
look like a very small dress. Very small dress.
Nice.
Yep.
Good deal. Well, now you've got a connection, so
Yeah, you guys got 3 months to figure it out.
Reason.
Yeah.
plenty of time to figure it out.
Perfect.
One of you could heck, just get a camper together. You guys can stay there at the grounds, and we'll have a good time.
Is that all you guys stay there the whole time? Okay.
Yep.
I hear it's a pretty good party over there all the time.
You will not come away from the after party hungry. You're going to see some of the best iron in the country. You'll see some of the craziest food spreads after the pull, and then what happens after that.
Yep.
What happens in Nash Vegas stays in Nash Vegas.
Yes.
No. This story can travel though. There's one team in Nashville or in the greater Nashville area. They have their own personal chef, and we are
nice.
Absolutely not kidding. At least 1, 2, I think 5 of us have all eaten at their trailer after the show, and hot damn, we ate good.
To just give you an idea, I mean, I don't know if you ever had boudin before, but it's their fish, hush puppies. You'll see shrimp out there. You'll see chocolate chip ice cream cookies sandwich deals. I mean, it's the Bowsers, if they're there,
and all that good stuff out there, they're all about it.
Oh yeah.
Love
it's quite a spread. You will not go away disappointed, that's for sure.
You'll also probably see the sun come up at least one night.
It's
that
possible.
might happen.
It's possible.
Oh yeah.
Hey, before they leave, I sent a picture to Charles, and I don't know if he can throw it up. You guys were talking about having a crop duster fly over the track during the national anthem. I don't know how many of our group was at. So Mountain City, Missouri, of course, got rained out in 2021, but in 2020, and I know Brent was there because he was on a cherry picker running a camera. Rodney Crum took this picture. Now, this picture doesn't do justice because during the national anthem, this crop duster came in from the west. He flew from the west to the east. And Brent, you were in the cherry picker. How high do you think he was off the ground? Would you say
he was probably 100 feet above the crowd?
Oh, 100 feet. Okay, all right. Well, it seemed lower than that, but he came in and he just buzzed the crowd. And of course, you can see the smoke trails that he was leaving. It was pretty badass. And when you guys were talking about how you had a crop duster fly over your track, I had to hurry up and find that photo and send that to Charles real quick. And I said, hey, before these guys leave, throw this photo up there.
Looks like he's got a hole out on the right bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in Mountain City, Missouri in 2020. The Rumble by the Refuge.
That's cool.
No, he does a lot of Paul Blades actually here at Gustine. He does a lot of work for all of us.
He's a nut. He'll fly underneath the power line all day long.
He's just a good
God.
Yeah.
He's just, you got some good pictures there. Yeah, we have. I'm sure we got on our phones. We could find a video. We should have thought that through.
Oh yeah, look at that picture. Someone pull
Yeah.
up JP's link there, photo number 18.
Yep.
Look at photo 18. Yes.
Give me a second. I'll get that.
You got to throw that one up. You got to throw that one up there, Charles.
Yep, I'm on it.
Photo number 18.
Yeah, no, that we'll have to send you a video. We have a couple videos when he flew over ours, and we actually timed it like perfect. We were trying to okay, we're doing national anthem. He kind of circling out, and he it worked out perfect. Wow, look at that!
Go.
Wow, that is neat. Oh, you guys got some good pictures. Really good pictures.
Oh, I just sent you a little video.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got it.
Wow. It actually, his plane looked pretty.
Yeah, I was actually
similar to that.
I was thinking that was our buddy's plane.
Yeah,
they look really close to that.
If I had to guess, that's an air tractor. That's the brand name of those planes, and they're the most popular crop duster on the planet. So it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, no, it looked pretty similar to it. But yeah, that was it just definitely worked out really good.
It set the tone for the whole pool.
Yeah.
Even the pullers were like,
because we're out in the middle of I don't know how many acres is that.
And the timing, I mean, the timing couldn't have been any better. It was wild.
Yeah.
We basically told him, it's like, hey, at 12:03, do a flyby.
We had to start the national on time.
And by the time they were on the last note, here came Paul flying right over.
Yeah. We got him in line to do it again. Don't do it definitely.
So Paul Romack, you got to be working on Brad Holzhauer. He's got to step up his game for the Pullers Championship.
I will let that be known.
Yes.
Yikes, that's going to take a heck of a pilot to drop in on that track.
Well, we got Scott Air Force. Scott Air Force Base is only 45 minutes straight west of Nashville.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, we've had the Air National Guard do some events around here from at Selfridge Base, and it's really cool when you can pull it off. It really is.
I got a guy
You
that can probably land on
F in
the
front of it.
I got a guy that can just land on the track and take off. He's got a pretty good.
Do a little touch and go.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
It's labeled as an experimental plane. It's got the little bubble doors that come down. It's real nervous to fly in.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about Cody's photography drone anymore. I'm a little nervous now.
No, that's an actual big plane. It's an aluminum can. I got video out of it. I'll share it with you.
Of raccoons?
Yes, that too.
Oh God.
So you guys all close to each other, same town, you far away, or where you guys?
Oh no.
No. The closest any of us are probably
Leroy and Paul.
Paul and Leroy, and they're probably still 45 minutes, right?
Oh no, we're an hour.
Closer than that?
Hour and 15 minutes.
15 probably.
Hour and 15, yeah.
Yeah, farthest would be probably myself and Charles.
I'm every bit of 7 hours to the closest of you, and that's probably a toss-up between you and Leroy, Paul. Yeah.
I'd be farther west than you, Charles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Lisa, for God's sakes, really? When will it end?
Never.
I know.
He's doing the end, but he'll be fine.
Yep, that's not happening. I'm gonna veto that.
Yeah, well, you're not paying for it, so Brad has the last word. Brad likes Garth Brooks, so
I don't think so.
Not anymore. That's right. That's all right, Paul. We've taken care of it. It'll just be Chris Gaines.
There you go. Nicely played.
Yeah, I'll be in the hauler with the earplugs in.
Uh-huh.
Let me know when it's over.
There you go.
So, all right. Well, guys, thanks for coming on. We will definitely help.
Thank you guys.
We'll share this to the Beer Money page, and like I said, if anybody that's watching is interested in helping these guys out, yeah, absolutely, look them up. Still got time. They'll take donations for silent auction or whatever, and goes to a great cause. And now you guys are basically any money that comes in that's going towards the
100% of it goes to the hospital.
Everything goes out. I mean,
so last year, all the money that it took to put everything on was out of pocket, and whatever was made was donated. So nothing was pulled from from what we made that day to help cover any cost.
Awesome.
That's awesome, guys.
That is a good deal. Hopefully you guys can top what you did last year.
Yeah, a lot of people stepped up. And I mean, we had all the lights and everything.
Pretty much.
Yeah, run through your sponsors. You guys have the floor, so thank those guys that helped you.
I know.
We got Matt Boyata. He came in and leveled the ground, leveled the track with laser scraper. We had NS donate equipment, Chief's Foot. We had United Equipment donated smooth roller. Garden Tractor donated tractors for the scrapers. MLM donated sled. BTPA donated their sled.
Peter's Hay Trucking, they donate all the hay bales and hay to bring out to make our track and all that.
Junior Career brought a lot of equipment.
Yeah, there's everybody.
Yeah.
It's everybody around. I mean, I know we miss people, but it's just.
And then John and Florida Dunes for letting us have their place.
Yeah.
The property was donated for it.
Yeah, John and Florida Dunes, we got it again this year. Thankful for that. Just everything, like I said, every family, wives, cousins, my mother-in-law caters. She did the food in Good Taste Catering. She did all that. We, sold food that made a lot of money. I mean, the list is endless. I feel like.
I want to start naming names.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but it's just everybody.
Everybody really jumped in and helped out wherever they could. And regardless of them helping personally or giving equipment or product or anything to help out with the event, everyone did their part, and I didn't want anything, any reimbursement of whatsoever. It was nice.
Well, good deal. Well, hopefully you guys can do over and above what you did last year. So
we have some goals.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll help spread the word and get it out there, and hopefully you guys can do a great job again this year. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for jumping on. Thanks for giving us some laughs, and I think we'll see you in Nashville in May, if I'm not mistaken.
We're going to try like hell, I'll tell you that.
That would be great. You let us know if you're coming.
Eric, send me a friend request tonight, would you?
What's that?
Send me a friend request tonight. Would you? I'll get with you on my buddy in Merced.
Yeah, definitely. I'll do it right now.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Appreciate
Thank you.
Good night.
See you guys.
You too.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
That's Bruce's way of saying, I'll have my people get in touch with your people.
Mm-hmm.
No, that means I'm going to make a call to a buddy of mine who he has a 501c3 that's raised some pretty serious money, and it's all because he's got a great big heart. So if ever there was someone,
I know. Never have any doubt with you, the man who raised over 12,000 last year, and between you and Charles this year, we're 13, getting your heads and your beard shaved. So,
yeah, I want to find somebody to partner with me on that so we can go every other year on the beards.
Getting a little harder to grow out.
No, it's getting friggin' cold when they shave it off in the middle of winter.
That's true.
I mean, it's my own dumb fault. I mean, we could do the same damn thing in June, but whatever.
Yep. Do a real quick recap. I was in Murfreesboro this past weekend at the Southern Invitational. Great show as always. Pulled Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and then Saturday night. They ran the 3 sessions. Finals night was Saturday night. The Wombles and the Holbrooks, they do a great job down there. That facility is amazing. It's a horse arena, and they're not allowed to do a lot with the track other than just wet it down and pack the crap out of it. but they ran 4-1s there for the first time, and the track held. So just a great show. Fortunately, we didn't have the greatest of weekends. We've got some issues in the drive line on the Little Bad Alice, but it's still, we think we can get it fixed, and we're going to tear into that this week. But just a great show, great turnout. Saturday night crowd, it was packed, and just an awesome pull. And to top it off, it was like 50 degrees down there, so that made it pretty nice too. So,
Paul, is there a place where you can find the results for that poll? I thought for sure.
Let's go polling. So Let's Go Polling, and not Grow. Let's Go Polling. They have a Facebook page, and he was there doing results through the qualifiers and that. And then if you want to see any pictures from it, Chris Carlisle has dumped a ton of awesome pictures out there. So you can go over and check out Chris's stuff. There's links all over. You can go to the Southern Invitational or Southern Motorsports Promotions Facebook page, and there we are. So we had a fuel line come loose on the pump, and it sprayed up onto the manifold. Of course, right in front of that pump, there's 3 chargers up there, so there's some hot pipes running through there, and that fuel just came on. And at that time, the tractor was pretty well stopped. It was stopped, I should say. He got out of it, and it was still running, but that little bit of fuel on there. That's my brother and Dylan Haney right there, trying to get close and not get burnt, but try to help get the side panels off. So no major issues there. It was out in a few seconds. They had everything there. Oddly enough, in the light super class, they had a tie for the win. Monica Shaw on the Beauty and the Beast tractor held the lead for the longest time. And then Larry Phillips came in and literally tied her. I think it was 245.31. And both of them ended up at that mark, so they split it for the win. But, great show. Friday night, there's your Friday night qualifier winner, Henry Everman. Mike Wilhite made a pass Thursday night on the test session and had some issues, ended up burning a piston. But it was a great show. And it was just an awesome time. We make a destination out of it every year, and it never lets us down. It's always a fun show.
Chris does such a great job getting kids at the show.
I was thinking the exact same thing, Chris.
He's
just
so talented with that.
He's so good as a photographer.
He was like during
the trip too.
What's that?
Did I see that Tony McMullen made the trip too? Did I see
Tony
bad influence?
He did.
Tony McMullen made the trip, and Jason Zumballen also made the trip. Jason.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
I think Jason ended up 5th, and Tony ended up 4th in that class. But of course, you had the light limited supers, and I was standing next to Eric Pruitt when Melissa took the win Saturday night with their tractor. Split decision or
double dealer?
Double dealer. But yeah, she made a beautiful pass on it, and she took the win. But just you go down there, they had 2 sessions of light limiteds, and they're always out there in numbers. Some really good tractors down in that neighborhood. And then we saw.
Did they let anybody pull 150 pounds over the posted limit because they were buddies with the promoter?
Oh, good Lord. Here we go.
Oh, no. None of that. We're not going there. But yeah, the 4-1s, of course, like I said, they had never pulled there before. And John Calvary on the Weekend Warrior used to be the picking and ginning 4-1. Little brother, I say little brother. The way much taller little brother drove that tractor for the win, put it on the beach real nice on Saturday night for the win. So
looks like Monster Jam had a wreck here on this one.
Yeah, you'll have that every now and then. But like I said, this facility, there is so much, so many nice, in the whole area, you can walk completely around the track. You can stand up above the sled where it backs up to the wall there. Just an awesome show.
Dude, that helmet's epic.
That is the coolest helmet ever.
Yeah. That truck right there is sharp. You get up next to that truck, it is beautiful. But yeah, we had like Jacob Fuquay pulled down there.
Hold on, a Tacoma body?
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people won't like that, but I do. It's cool.
Yep. So no, it was a great show. They had some econo mods in the Saturday afternoon session. Of course, the Super Farms there. Adam Kazuzik drove a couple of those. Yep, just a great show. Love it, and I highly recommend it if you guys want to pull. There's always, of course, it's always nice weather down there. I don't think we've ever been down there where it's like super duper cold, not like Shipshewana cold, but there's plenty of stuff to do down there. Murfreesboro, it's just an unbelievable area, growing like crazy. But yep, good time for sure.
I did want to bring up, I don't know if anybody knows about this poll. Charles, I'm gonna send it to you. There's another poll in Florida this weekend.
Yeah, there is.
It's the Putnam County Truck and Tractor poll.
Oh, shoot.
And it sounds like they're having the same classes that they typically do down there. Two-wheel drive modified trucks, small block 4x4 trucks, multi-engine modified tractors, a hot farm, pro farm, and altered farm combo class, a mod turbo and light limited tractor class, light super stocks, and then there's also diesel and side-by-side drag races.
Sweet.
And that's Friday and Saturday, February 11th and 12th. Let's see. Gates open at 5 p.m. Poll starts at 7 p.m. It's 1009 Highway 17 South, Satsuma, Florida. Tickets are $20, $10 for kids 7 to 14, and kids 6 and under are free. So, any of you down in that Florida area, that is another event that you could. Or if you're visiting Florida this weekend, there's an opportunity.
Good call. Like it.
While we're still on here, DuQuoin indoor poll. We need mini rods and we need light supers. The 58 mods a lot better than they were. 85s look good. The 95s look good. There's still room in all classes.
Yep.
But yeah, two-wheel drives and the big mini rods. Go ahead and get over there to get signed up and see what we can do inside in DuQuoin.
Yep, we're a month away.
Yep. I know some guys may be waiting to see what happens at Farm Machinery Show, but yeah, there's still plenty of available spots in there. So see some of you guys get in there, and we may we're gonna maybe start reaching out to pullers individually and see if we can gauge some interest there.
Yep. So I just want to kind of wrap some things up with round 2 of fan voting. So for the Pullers Championship, as most of you probably already know, round 2 of fan voting ended last night at midnight. So we did just shy of 25,000 votes, and about 8,000 more than round 1, which phenomenal. Thanks to everyone that participated, pushed it, engaged with it. So, kudos to everyone. It helps spread exposure for our event. And then it's also engaging the fans as well, which obviously is one of the priorities that we wanted to do coming into this. So that being said, we do have we know who made it in, and Monday on this show, 8 p.m., that will be the first thing that we talk about next Monday, the 14th. So it'll be right before Farm Show, give it a little bit more buzz going into the week. And we will be releasing that. It'll be on the website, and they'll also be on the Facebook page. We will make sure that all the pullers know that they made it through and that they're getting an invite. Some of the pullers are going to wait till after the Farm Show, just make sure they have no breakage. And so we will know. We'll also have a reserve list. We're just going to pretty much go from the next one down and just keep going. We don't think that we're going to have to go down very far, but just in case breakage, can't get in parts, something comes up, we do have. That's why we came up with a list of 20 that we knew would commit if all things fell into place. And we know.
I don't think it'd be an issue. I think we got plenty of time between farm show and our event that the guys can get stuff fixed. So.
Yep, exactly. So we will know pretty much by Monday who's all going to be pulling May 13th to 14th at the Track of Holes hours for the first ever Pullers Championship. So we'll get that posted out, and everyone here knows. They've seen the list, and I think we can all say that it's going to be one hell of a show.
It's going to be freaking awesome, and I still don't know who's in it, so don't text me.
Yeah, it's going to be good from what Brent tells us.
Yeah.
So no, it's going to be great. Again, May 13th and 14th, $15 admission, 10 and unders free. Going to see some of the best iron in the country. No reason not to be there.
Yeah. And make sure to
One
start
more I
booking.
wanted to throw out there too. I talked about this briefly after our Champions Tour banquet in Louisville for PPL, but it's official now because it's out there on the website. The Mack Trailer Winter Nationals Championship at the Mid-America Truck Show in Louisville, Kentucky. So Saturday, March 26th. Obviously sponsored by Mack Trailer, but we're going to have 4 classes there. Obviously the semis. You can't have a pull at the Mid-America Truck Show without having a semi. So hot rod semis, pro stock tractors, unlimited super stock tractors, and mini rods going to be pulling inside Freedom Hall. You know, you've seen it on message boards. You know, man, I wish mini rods would come back to Louisville, to the National Farm Machinery Show. Well, we're bringing mini rods to Freedom Hall on March 26th at the Mid-America Truck Show. So,
and that, I believe, if I saw right, tickets go on sale February 14th. So that's also
February
a week from
14th.
Monday, a week from today.
Yep.
And the poll starts at 5 p.m. Eastern time. If I also saw that correctly.
4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
And if I remember correctly, I think they're running them backwards.
We are. We're going to turn the track around. We're going to be pulling through the tunnel.
So that'll be kind of interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Okay. Final thoughts.
Leroy, part of me really wants to tee off on what you said earlier, but maybe that's for another day.
It's for another day.
Are you talking about the smart ass comment that I made?
Yeah, about keyboard warriors getting real lippy and mouthy and doing it.
When I made the comment about did anyone run an extra 150 pounds over the posted weight because they were a buddy of the promoter?
Right. So let's just leave it at this. The time to bitch is not a week after the event. The time to complain and the time to raise your concern is there when it's happening in the driver's meeting or when you see it. Grow a pair and go find the official in charge and say, hey, look, this isn't working right. This isn't what we talked about. This isn't the rule. Don't wait until a week later and then accuse people. That's what ruins reputations of polls. It ruins reputations of organizations and promoters.
And so when you do it, you're doing it anonymously behind a fake screen name. Yeah,
You think it's anonymous, but there's people that can see.
There are, but you could also just join the 21st century and grow a pair.
True.
I suppose people have been growing pairs since long before the 21st century, but it seemed like an appropriate comment anyway.
True story. All right, fellas, you ready to wrap this baby?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Next Monday, we're going to release it. It's coming. It's going to be big.
Huge.
Tune in. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Everybody needs to tune in and see who is going to be at Nashville, Illinois, May the 13th and 14th for the first annual Pullers Championship.
Boys,
And
we
don't
got
call
a
us.
mod
Don't
from
text us.
California coming.
Yes, and
How cool is that?
if you were paying attention, there were a couple of spoilers in the show tonight.
Yes, there were. What nicely delivered and timed and
Yes, delivered. That was good timing. But yep, we got that, and then we got farm show.
Big week this week.
Yep, we're gonna give them something to talk about at the farm show.
Yes, we are.
Other thing about the farm show, pick'em contest. I'm hoping to have that live tomorrow, Wednesday. So
You need another jock farm thing to do, right?
He's all practiced up.
Yeah, seeing as how this one's done now, you can do another one.
Yeah, it's only going to be the third one.
I think
year.
they call that a problem.
Fourth one.
There's a group for that.
Crap. And there were spoilers for that. If you were paying attention to what Dan Mayer had to say earlier, you know who not to vote for because he dropped some names.
True.
And I'm still going to put it on there.
There you go. There you go.
Cody, are we riding to the farm show together or no?
Yet to be determined. I'll let you know.
10-4. Good luck.
All right, boys.
Cool.
Let's call her night.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to leave you out with the for the next 7.5 minutes. We're going to go to October 2nd, 1998, Hillsdale, Michigan, and let's watch some pro stock.
All right, I got to stand watching it.
Okay, I'll watch that.
Okay.
See you later.
Somebody may be walking home, I don't know, but see what the red